Jubilee reunion of the class of 2000, Smriti, a name that resonates with memories and perfectly encapsulates with what we are here to celebrate today.
This isn't merely a reunion, it's homecoming of hearts. It's an opportunity to relieve the laughter, the friendships, and the opportunity to the wonderful chaos and the quiet moments that made your time at IT Guwahati truly wonderful.
Years may have passed, but the bonds forged back then remain as strong as ever. As we gather again today, we are not just reminiscing about the past, we are also celebrating the incredible journey that our alums have taken together. In every shared smile and every familiar face, there's a quiet reminder of old friendships, shared beginnings, and memories that still feel close to the heart.
To the class of 2000, welcome back home. Let's make this celebration as timeless and as cherished as the memories it honors. As this beautiful evening unfolds, we reach a moment of immense pride and profound respect, celebrating achievements and contributions that inspire us all.
We would therefore like to take a few minutes to honor the alumni of the class of 2000, individuals who not only carry the legacy of IIT Guwahati with grace, but have also made significant strides in their respective fields and communities.
To felicitate our esteemed alumni, I would now like to invite our Honorable Dean and Associate Dean of Alumni and External Relations to join us on the stage.
So, with great joy and admiration, I invite our esteemed alumni to come forward one by one as we celebrate the journey and contributions.
First up, we have Mr. Navadhan Prasad, a graduate from the Department of EC, who is currently the Principal Product Manager in Load Copilot team at Microsoft.
Next up is Mr. Sachin Tripathi from Mechanical Engineering Department, currently working as DGHM BHEL.
Next up, we have Mr. Prem Kumar Chadela, MTech from Department of CSE, who is currently the SW professional.
Next, I would like to invite Mr. Ajay Gupta, BTech CSE, currently working as software engineer, Meta.
Next up, we have Mr. Arman Krishna, BTech Mechanical Engineering and co-founder and partner at Invent.
Next, Mr. Kiran Prota, BTech CSE, who is a software professional, entrepreneur, and also an investor.
Next up, Mr. Varunesh Puri, BTech Mechanical Engineering and the delivery partner at TCS.
We now have Mr. Nirmal Golla, BTech CSC, currently President at Itachi's INC.
Uh, Next up, we have Mr. Sky Pandey from BTech Mechanical Engineering, who is currently the Managing Director at Accenture Strategy and Consulting.
Next, Mr. Rohit Karna, BTech Mechanical Engineering, who is the Director Consulting Services at Silverleaf Solutions.
Next, we have Mr. Raghavendra, BTech CSE, and currently the founder and CEO of Concept Software Solutions.
Mr. Retesh Gupta, BTech EC, currently serving as the Engineering Manager at Google.
Next, we have Mr. Devashish Chatterjee, the Principal Software Engineer at Google.
Next up is Mr. Daka Sharma, BTech EC, and who is a Senior Expert Analyst at McKinsey.
Next up, it's Mantosh Kumar from BTech Mechanical, and he is the Senior Product Manager at Amazon.
Next is Mr. Manish Prasad, BTech from the Department of EC and currently a computer scientist at Adobe India.
Next, we have Mr. Raghuram, MTech from the Department of CSE, and currently working as Principal at Micro Informatics.
Next is Mr. Rohit. Next is Mr. Rohit Arora, BTech Mechanical, Senior Director Engineering at Manhattan Associates.
Next, we have Mr. Sarvesh Singh from the BTech Department of CSE and Principal Architect and Vice President at Salesforce.
Next, Mr. Damodar Reddy Chilla, MTech Design, who is currently the Principal Scientist at Institute High Performance Index.
Next, we have Mr. Devesh Singh, Btech from the Department of EC and currently working as the Senior Architect at Precisely.
Mr. Bhargav Janaki BTech Mechanical Engineering, currently serving as the Deputy Head of Swap for FX Options Market at ICICI Bank.
Next, we have Mr. Giridhar from BTech CSE, who is currently the Technology Strategist at Studio 1681.
Now it's time we move on to an engaging conversation with our esteemed alumni. Individuals who once shared our campus and have since made significant strides in their respective fields. We look forward to hearing their journeys, insights, and the valuable experiences they have gathered all along the way.
First up, we have the question for Mr. Manbhavan Prasad. How does it feel coming back to the campus after several years and looking at the changes it has been through?
Look, in one sense, it feels like nothing has changed. I'm still studying here, still feeling very young, from the book context and meeting these guys. Whenever I read, it's not only here, in any settings, all those memories comes up, and it doesn't feel like that. I mean, some of them are meeting after 25 years. I mean, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I woke up today and I met him yesterday. Um, and in another sense, it feels like we were not here at all. Campus has changed so much, right? It's one of the most beautiful campuses. I have been to all the IITs almost. When I say all the IITs, all the old 7 or 8 IITs for campus selection. This is most beautiful, right? And I've been to electronics lab. It has so many good equipments and great facilities, which were not there when we were there. Um, for some of the labs, I think we used to go to Cotton College, right? Initially. AC also, right? So much has changed. So much has changed. Um, but at emotional level, nothing has changed. That's it. Thank you.
That is definitely true, sir.
For the next question, I would like to ask Mr. Sachin Tripathi. Every batch has its own iconic legends, skits, quirky notes, and unforgettable campus moments. Were there any fun traditions or performances that still make you smile when you look back?
एक्चुअली सच बताऊं तो हमारे साथ के जितने भी ये लोग हैं ना, हर एक में कुछ ना कुछ इस तरह की एक प्रॉपर्टी थी कि वो मतलब लाइफ टाइम के लिए याद रह सकती है, चेरिश कर सकते हैं उसको। ये देखिए इसने ऐसी हरकतें करी थी, उसने ऐसा किया था, उसने वैसा किया था, इसने ऐसा किया था। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल मनभावन, रितेश, they are very good actors, very good, especially for female characters. Kapil, he used to do this. He used to do that. Kapil Sharma is going right now nowadays. No? That he used to do in the 96 and 97 and 98 and 99 and 2000. Those were the sweet memories. We have Khanna, we have Raghu, and all those, and even those who are not present here, they also have some unique things, some unique qualities that we can always remember, always cherish, and always think that this was the best they really remember for them. I think not very specific. We have Paro, Parvez Ahmed Paro, who left this average of 1.5 runs.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Next up, I have a question for Mr. Prem Kumar. Uh, how was the work culture for you guys just after you left the college? And like, how has it changed now?
When we see now, the campus has grown up much, and we used to commute from Guwahati to here, maybe morning 45 minutes and evening another 45 minutes. And mostly is that, I mean, I'm tech, so we used to come to the campus in the faculty bus, so we don't have any choice to sit quiet and just open the books. Okay, so that is one, and the other aspects are uh, it has advantages. So basically, we don't have facilities like what you have now, and we used to make the use of computer lab morning 9 to 5 or something, and go back and do revise and other things. Okay, and other aspects are like the other facilities what you have here, okay, which may we may not have it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, I would like to ask Mr. Ajay Gupta, what emerging trends in AI for IT operations do you find most compelling, and how do you anticipate that they will redefine the IT management?
Uh, I think it's a very difficult question. whole whole industry is just struggling to figure out, what we're going to do next in next maybe 3 years or 5 years. But maybe yeah, I would say just keep learning new things. That's the only the thing which is constant and which you can keep up with the industry, and maybe hardworking. I mean, if you're honestly, if you're doing hardworking and sincerely putting effort, you will figure out something. So I would say keep learning new things, whatever. Otherwise, I think at least in the software industry, it will be hard to keep up with the new changes and new things. So yeah, that's what my advice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I have the question for Mr. Anand. We came to know that you had a really good hostel life back then. So, like, I just want to ask you about that. How was your hostel life and especially the mess food facilities back then?
It's okay. So yeah, I was the mess secretary, and it was. I think I made a lot of people's life miserable. So by virtue of being mess secretary, um, I think back then it was a very small group, right? And there was absolute total freedom, and I think I still cherish the hostel life like anything. And although it was a different setup in terms of that, because we were in the city, and for us, the whole city was like, for us to roam about and have fun. So I don't think we'll get back get back those days ever. So yeah, that was I think the if I were to remember couple of instances, or we were in a hostel called Shiva, okay, and right outside the hostel was a large drain, okay, or uh, to be more generous, I mean, some stream. So, and we used to have these parties in the night that would go on till 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and there used to be competitions to who would throw the bottles right on the drain. So that was something I'll never forget.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
So the next one is for Mr. Kiran Kumar Thota. Who was your favorite professor or mentor on campus and what impact did they have on you?
Actually, that's what I was thinking yesterday. We had very broad diverse set of professors that we had. The first year we had a lot of foundational courses, etc. However, I think Professor Sajid, who actually taught us 5 courses, and all of them being theoretical courses, actually helped me shape how I think about a problem, how do I structure the solution. It doesn't matter what the technology is because what we studied is very different from what we are working on right now. But some of the fundamental attributes, how do I approach a problem? How do we reward certain things? I think a lot of those things at least I would like to say that Professor Sajid has left a remarkable impression. Having said that, I was also very fortunate to have studied under Professor Nandi, who was my BTP guide, and also Professor Gautam Barua, who actually taught me operating systems and also computer networks, which actually is my main profession right now. So I work in the networking infrastructure at Amazon. So I can see what it directly translates to, but all the advanced problems that I'm solving, I see that Professor Sajid contributed a lot more and had a big impact on.
Next up, I have the question for Mr. Vanesh Puri. So the thing that I wanted to ask is, what is the most unexpected skill or lesson that you learned from your college days, and like how has it helped you? Probably from your hostel life, I guess.
Most unexpected.
A skill or lesson.
See, I'll just quote one instance. So when I got placement, it's not a skill. It's nothing to do with skill. I got placed from the campus, and then I had to go through color blindness test. I think a lot of companies should not be recorded. So I was not aware that this test is supposed to be conducted, and I was colorblind. So I sat in, I got into certain companies, but since I was colorblind, I was not able to get through. So there's a book that comes in. If you learn it by heart, then you'll be able to get through. So uh, fortunately, I had to do it, but through the wrong way, and I had to get it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
That's wonderful. Next one is for Mr. Nirmal Golda. What's for startups? What's their biggest?
So, sir, I'll ask the next question. So, what is the one of the most innovative industry trends or technologies that today's students should definitely learn?
What's the technology that the student should learn?
Yeah, like a skill or a technology, anything like that.
Uh, I would say, yeah, skill, of course, you know what is in hot these days. Um, but I think it is I would not go into the technology part of it because I think that's a kind of a known answer. But I think resiliency is something that you should develop. Resilience to the situations and trying to be balanced in your different aspects of life. I think that is what is needed the most because oftentimes we cause imbalance and that causes a lot of problems. So the balance and resilience are the two things, two skills that I think you should try to master as you go. I think that would be the thing. If you want me to elaborate further, I can, right? So if you talk about, I mean, because once you come out,
there are multiple roles that you will be playing on personal front and professional front, right? And therefore, it is important that you tend to balance across personal commitments, and within personal also you will have 10 different roles to play. On professional side also you will have multiple roles to play, and therefore that balance thing comes into picture. How well you time yourself, how well do you pick up most of them simultaneously or sequentially, but not with larger time gap. So that is what we mean by that. Resiliency is also very important because uh, life is never a linear kind of a growth model that you typically see. It comes with you know ups and downs, roller coaster thing for some folks, and therefore staying resilient is also something that helps a lot as you progress in life.
Yes, sir, definitely. Thank you so much.
The next one is for Mr. Rohit Karna. We've got to know that your nickname in college was KT52. So, why this uniquely coded nickname? If you'd like to share.
Yeah, yeah. So now that's an open secret, right? So I was probably somewhere in the middle of the whole class, right? I mean, in terms of ranks and CGPA and all that. So I had quite a few unpleasant experiences with Dr. Chandi Ramani. He's not here. Dr. Chandi Ramani is uh, mechanical faculty, mechanical engineering faculty, and um, well, I hope this is off the record. We actually tried to do things that are not permissible, quite in terms of discipline. So Dr. Chandiramani, the thing is that we ended up, and I and one of my close friends, Sharik, is also not here. Um, we were close to being expelled from the college. Let's put it that way, for discipline reasons. And so, because I didn't realize that, you're actually messing up with the faculty from mechanical engineering. And I was a mechanical engineer. I mean, there's no branch change and all that. So that happened in first year. Second year, I had taken a course, which was taught by him. And I made it a point that I'm going to ace that course, right? Continuum mechanics. Please don't ask me anything about continuum mechanics. Don't remember that. So I got 52 out of 100. It's like probably in the top 3 or something. So that's how I got the name. I was never a topper, so KT52 stands for Khanna Topper 52. So that number 52 has stuck with me for so long, and thanks to all these friends, who actually created my aliases, my email addresses, right? So 52 number still sticks with me. And I have my email address as Rohit Khanna 52. I have, practically wherever I go, 52 sticks with me. So that's the story about it. I mean, there's nothing more than that. But thankfully, Dr. Chandi Ramani was one professor who's probably remembers me more than anyone else in mechanical engineering. Not because of the unpleasant exchanges or anything, but also because when I used to interact with, like on email and all, he actually sent me my photograph and my roll number to me on the email, replying that, okay, so you're the student. And one of the most helpful professors, he's in IIT Bombay. I go and meet him. So, I mean, that's pretty much the story around KT52. That's pretty much it.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
I have the next question for Mr. Raghavendra. So this is on a very serious note. We're like,
Okay.
So, we move on to Mr. Ritesh Gupta.
No, no, no. I am the guy. Very serious guy. Extremely serious guy. Please ask.
Pardon me, sir.
okay, so the very serious question is that looking into the future of education, what's one game-changing technology that you think is like potentially very high rising right now?
Very?
High rising, like it's on a boom right now.
I think what? I didn't understand. Technology.
Yeah, like education technology.
Education technology. Okay. If you know the answer, please tell me. I'll implement. Hey, on a serious note, I think things are changing so fast. So I don't think there's a silver bullet that you would look at, right? But since I have been in the industry, is it better? Okay. So I was just saying, it's very difficult to predict anything in the industry now, education or otherwise, right? I mean, all of us know the changes that are happening across the industry. Boring answer, but that's the truth. So the other side of looking at it is I have the choice of randomly saying something because there's no answer for it, and that could, and I could just get away with it. But yeah, I mean, the way education, and in fact, we were just having this conversation with Dr. Sajid a little while ago, right? Where he was saying, even the way lectures are taught, he says before the time he retires, a lot of these things could change, and even the teachers and the way things are taught would be probably very different. And he was saying, we should embrace it. That's like really good things that can happen, strange things that can happen. But let's wait and see. Yeah.
Thank
Serious
you, sir.
answer? Serious enough?
I don't know the answer as well, so
But this is how do you pick the questions? Why are they biased?
I mean, it was a very randomized process.
So we move on to Mr. Ritesh Gupta. We've got to know about your era of vibrant dramatics. Any fun memories or insights that you'd like to share?
Fun memories, tons of them. Yeah, I mean, I have, I think, a lot of memories, more than most people here, I can say that. And so, yeah, this. So let me start from the about like the batch. Like I think somebody already made that comment, but I'll repeat it. The we the batch of I mean the class of '99 and 2000 didn't have any girls. Then we waited 1 year and still no girls. And then उसके बाद दो लड़कियां हैं उसमें one was taken away during counseling itself. So that was the status. But that's not really relevant to the project. I'm just setting the context. But that doesn't mean that there are no skits, plays, dramas, and all of that. So I was the original heroine. And so all the skits and all, like before the skit started, we used to go around hunting. Like somebody has a salwar suit that this guy can wear. And so now that is the further context. Now this incidence is, there was this one play which I did in the third year. And this was, I think, directed by one of our seniors. And he was, and I was playing the girl role as always. And there was one guy in seniors who was playing a Sardar role. And that guy didn't have any mustache and dadi. And I had a mustache. So, and in one scene we are interacting together, and one guy from the back row, last row, it was ushering guy. That guy screams, "Abhi ye kaun sa drama hai? बिना मूछ वाला सरदार और मूछ वाली लड़की."
It was wonderful talking to you on all that. Now we are opening the floor for questions from the audience. If you have any questions, then you may raise your hands.
Namaskar everyone. My first question is, if someone is starting his or her career and wants to excel and reach the highest point, what contributes the most? Skills, passion, or both?
Since I have the mic, maybe I can make an attempt. So one thing which I've learned over time is there are two things that you need. Obviously, hard work, number one. And I've also seen with experience, there is also a factor of luck. So you need both of them, and obviously, how you train, you learn, all of that comes along with the hard work. So the combination of the two, and when I say luck, I mean often being at the right place at the right time, which is not often in your control. But that's something which you leave to the powers beyond you. But hard work is the most important thing. And one thing which I truly believe, like, how do you improve your luck? And no good answer, but what has worked for me is that you do good actions. Take blessings from your elders, and that's how I believe you gain luck. And so the combination of hard luck and luck, which means hard work and luck, which means that do hard work and also do good work, be respectful to everyone around you, and they will hopefully bless you. And if there is a thing called a superpower, they will come and fulfill your wishes. So it's your actions, both in terms of doing, achieving the goals that you want, but beyond that, also doing good deed around you, which improves your life. So the combination of those two will take you at places, and beyond that, of course, there is Almighty.
Dhanyavad.
If anyone also want to add to it.
Sir, you want?
Let the question come right. Let the question.
Does that answer your question, or you still want to hear?
Kind of.
Yeah. Thank you. Next question.
I have two more questions, actually. My next question is, there is a buzzword on the internet, which is work-life balance. Do you believe in it, or is it just a myth like some CEOs think so?
Work-life balance. Anybody wants to answer that?
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, so I may be biased. There is no such thing as work-life balance. So if you like your work, you will find your way to, find ways to do it well. And I think just be in harmony with what you're doing. So I don't think there's anything called work-life balance. You have to find something that you like doing. That's all it is to it.
Dhanyavad. My last question is, many technophiles are warning techies and non-techies both that AI is gonna take up a lot of jobs and leaving you jobless. So if this is true, what are the advice for the young people full of hopes and dreams should do to be a career proof from AI?
Do you want to answer that question?
So, I mean, you want to understand what is the best sort of skills to pick up in the context of AI, right?
Yes.
First, there will always be some technology that will come up. Every 3 years, the landscape changes really radically. AI is fundamental and it's changing a lot of things. So one thing that's doing is that it's making things faster, right? So that's changing. But if you ask me what are the skills that you would want to pick up, I wouldn't say, pick up Gen AI. I wouldn't say pick up cloud computing. I wouldn't say any of those. But there are three things that I would sort of keep in the back of my mind always, right? One is be curious, right? And ask questions. Right, whatever it is that you do, whether it's AI, whether it's mechanical engineering, whether it's your coursework, or whether it is taking interest in someone who is in your next room, right, in the hostel, be curious. Second, if you, as a result of that curiosity, you will understand what the problem space is like around the point that you are pivoting on. Try and own a problem statement, one that you feel deep empathy with, right? Which is what Anand was talking about, something that interests you very much, right? So that's the second thing. After curiosity, own a problem. Third is be at it in a dogged and disciplined way. So curiosity, ownership, discipline. I think these are the three skills that will take you very, very far, irrespective of what technology you might be operating in, irrespective of how the world might be changing around you.
Dhanyavad.
I just want to add something to that. Okay. I mean, I've noticed, the core engineering skills will never go away. If you focus on your core engineering skills, right, you'll always be relevant to any technology, whether it's AI or anything else.
Dhanyavad.
Hey, I'll just add one bit to this. I mean, I did engineering from here. I'm not doing anything related to engineering in my life right now. Okay, so what is the skill that I learned from here? I learned three skills from here. One, I had a decent, educational or subject background, which taught me the basics of most of the topics in technologies or most of the topics related to engineering, from where I can quickly learn anything that is related to any other subject. So that base is something that I formed here. Point number two, all your NSEMs, quizzes, for you getting a low grade in a particular thing. So I was not too much worried about my CGPA, right? Any of those things, right? Those things teach you how to take care of any kind of stress in your life, right? So learn that skill of handling stress. I mean, it's going to be there throughout your life. Okay. Third skill that I had was I had a bunch of guys whom I have a good friendship with. Any point of time, anything that is related to anything related to engineering or anything related to life, I can call these guys at any point of time and they'll be able to help me. So those three skills you please get from this institute.
Whenever.
Yeah, I would like to add on top of this. So I think in this AI era, I think a lot of things will be automated, but human skills are still going to be relevant, like collaboration, getting things done. Like those are the great ability, like ability to learn new things. Even if things are evolving, if you have these kind of skill, like getting things done, many people struggle getting things done in industry. This is even a common problem at senior level as well. So having those kind of quality skills are very important. Collaboration, working with so many folks to make the things happen, right? And ability to learn new things because things will be changing every 3 months. For us, like every 3 months it's changing, right? We have to learn and dig deeper. So I think these three skills I feel super important to succeed in the industry. Yeah.
So I just wanted to add just a quick thing here, right? So with AI and all that, right? I know the question was around, well, there are a lot of jobs that will be lost, etc., right? But I think what is not going away is you still have to have this problem solving mindset, right? So AI is giving you all sorts of new tools, etc. So what is fundamentally changing right now is the scale or the time, right? So there was a time when we used to talk about delivering a project in a quarter or 6 months or a year, right? Those things are getting compressed to getting done in a month, in a week, in a daytime sometimes, right? So you have to be aware of your surroundings, aware of all the tools that are available to you, and you should be able to use all these disparate tools to solve the problem at hand. I don't think AI will be able to do it end to end, right? So that is one thing that you have to keep in mind. You have to keep challenging yourself that, hey, what else I can learn? How else I can creatively solve the problem? I think that is what will remain, the least common denominator when everything settles down. So I think that's what I would suggest, that you have to keep on the lookout.
Yeah, we can now move to the next one.
Hello, sirs, or I can call you uncles also. So first of all, welcome to your campus. I feel you must have recovered, recalled all your old memories and felt nostalgic also. So my question is, I mean, you all have done some internships and all. So what does the internship help you in pursuing your career, and how can we find the right internship which we can actually learn from it and not just get a certificate and all? Okay, I'm Parth Hungria and I'm from the civil department.
How do you find the right internship?
And what does the internship have an effect on your career?
I can just quickly talk about internship, right? So although I don't think when we were graduating, internship was that big of a deal. Although I did do an internship in mechanical engineering at Hindustan Lever Limited. I mean, that did not personally help me in any way in general because I did not choose to work in that field. But I think now I work at Amazon, right? So I see a bunch of interns who come in there. So how do you find internship? I don't think there's a set path, right? You have to make use of your connections, look at what is available. Of course, go through the connections, go through all the standard websites, all the standard job seeking sort of opportunities that you have. You have to utilize those because finding the internship is almost like a practice for finding a job, right? So I think you should definitely take it seriously and don't be shy to, be in and go and do an internship in an area which is also not very directly in your area. So you should be open-minded, right, and make use of the opportunity, right, once you get it. So I think, but I would say that the world that we live in, I think internship is pretty important. I think you should definitely try to find some work opportunities, whether it is paid or unpaid, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, as long as you were passionate about solving the problem and which you can confidently go talk about when you're going through the job interview process, I think that will tremendously help you. You know, I think this is looked upon as extremely favorable as opposed to just talking about some course projects and those kind of things, which is also valuable, but the real world experience, I think, is goes way along, when it comes to employment opportunities.
Thank you, sir.
I can share internship how it was in Google when I was last time in that
Sure.
company. So Google it uses internship to recruit engineers. So if you are intern in Google, most likely you will be offered a job. It's like almost 90%. So I think to get internship in companies like Google or Amazon, I think you have to see what areas they are focusing, what are the opportunities they are having, like keep exploring that. And maybe if you have some exposure, because they will not randomly select you, they will of course see your profile, what you have been doing, what kind of projects you are doing, and also like what is your CGPA. Unfortunately, I mean, for top companies they look at CGPA. So these are the things they look at. So try to build your profile accordingly much before that, rather than getting surprised with third or fourth year. So if you're targeting companies like these, maybe build your portfolio profile accordingly, and then probably they might select you for this. And eventually they will offer you.
Okay, I have another question. Like I have heard from many of some people, like our career after a long time gets, stabilizes if we don't have some master's degree and all. And I have seen that many of you have done some master's degree. So what is the right time to do master's degree? Just after the BTech or after getting some experience or doing when it requires actually. So what is the right time?
Um, I think it is very contextual, right? So one of the things that I did, I mean, I was interested in higher education beyond my BTech, or at least I thought I was interested in, right? At that in that context, what it so happened that we were a very small batch, and a lot of the master's courses that were being offered were also offered to us as electives. So we ended up, a lot of us ended up taking those, and I ended up taking a bunch of those. And I realized at some point that, look, there's no point in me going and doing a master's degree anymore, right? So if at all, I would have then probably wanted to do a PhD. So it's very contextual. But I think if you want to develop deep expertise in something, then you have to spend some amount of time in that space. Master's degree is a good way of doing that, right? It's also a good way to sort of figure out that there are 3 or 4 directions where I want to probably deepen my expertise in, and then you get into a master's degree, do a few courses, and then figure out for yourself what that area might be to do that. That's one, right? I mean, that's about depth. But if there is broader knowledge that you want to understand, I mean, we all sort of stand on the shoulders of giants, right? And then there are things that you probably do not get to do while you're doing your bachelor's, like maybe understanding accounting, right? Or maybe running operations. So after you work for maybe 2 or 3 years, it's worthwhile considering a business administration degree if that's where you want to take your career. So it's very contextual, right? I mean, if, for example, you being from the civil engineering department, figure out that, look, I want to work in maybe structures or something like that, and you do not find an avenue to probably work in that space, then maybe focusing and figuring out a place where to do a master's degree in that area might be worthwhile. I think that's how I would put it. But Damodar, why don't you weigh in? Yeah.
Yeah, again, as Giri said, this is a contextual. So it depends upon your interest, where you are strongly interested. So you can build your resume according to that. Then you need to go behind to your career. Even if you choose one career, then after then, if it is not find that this is not right one, then you can switch to this one. That's why you need to keep learning all the whatever the new technology is coming in, so that you can adapt to those things. Then you can move into your career. That's what my answer for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And I would like to appreciate your jump, sir. It was nice. I'm sure even one of us can do that. Can't do that, I mean. So, Nice that was.
Hello everyone, my name is Sajili and I am from second year civil. So my question is particularly to those who are working in non-technical roles. I recently realized that coding is not for me and I got interested in roles like product management and consulting. So I had this doubt, is it like really possible to get into these domains directly after completing my bachelor's or do I really need an MBA to do that?
Yeah. So I Diwakar, you want to?
Okay. So I'll share from what we have been doing at McKinsey. And there are some roles that have come up specifically to answer these kind of challenges. And one of the roles is that of a translator. So this is someone who acts as a bridge between business and the technical team. Right? So this is someone who is not a coder per se, but has a very good understanding of what's happening on that side. At the same time, this is someone who can really talk the business language and try to act as an interface, right? So this is something that has come up. You don't need to be a very in-depth coder or let's say even analytics and those kind of domains, but you need to be someone who is multifaceted in applying these skills. So that's one role you could explore. And then building on the same thing, there are other roles that act as, wherever there's an intersection of domains, that this is something that you can explore for yourself, right? You don't want to be restricted to a particular domain or a kind of particular, profile. Try to think of intersections, and that's something you can apply for yourself.
So, like, is there any advantage of doing an MBA and then going into these domains?
Okay, so once again, I'll go back to the McKinsey way, so to say, and this is something that I think applies to all the big three, whether it's a BCG or a Bain or a McKinsey. So the way we talk to our juniors, like someone joins as a business analyst, and after they have spent something like 1 to 2 years, that is the time when they need to ask or they need to answer this question as to what is next. Because in most cases, if the person is good, is performing, then the firm is willing to sponsor the MBA or whatever, advanced degree these guys want to take up. Obviously with a constraint, not a constraint, but a sort of a condition that you have to come back and work for the firm. But then there are people who make a decision that they don't need that separate degree. In fact, they are doing quite well and they have learned a lot in what they're doing right now and they want to continue the path, right? So you will see that there are multiple partners, senior partners in all these firms who started as a BA and went all the way to a partner without really taking this break to do an MBA or do something like that. So both the roles are possible and this is something that is celebrated all across. So there is no particular need of doing an MBA. It depends on your own learning, how much contribution you are able to make, what's the impact you're creating, and then go with that.
Any particular skill that is required?
Problem solving, that is always important. Empathy when talking to people, right? So problem solving only works when you can think in terms of the other person, right? I can be a big expert, but if I keep on talking, my own views without understanding and realizing what the other person is facing, I really can't solve their problem, right? As a consultant, at least I have to solve their problem, not just give my own knowledge. So problem solving, empathy, very good communication skills. You have to understand what the other person is looking for and then try to calibrate your answer. So the people who have these core skills, these are the guys who really, advance very quickly in these profiles.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Hello, sir. I'm Deep, and my question is how important is formal education versus self learning or projects in today's landscape?
one of the thing is you just started learning in format here, and it never ends, right? You are signing up for a life full of learning from now on. So whether it's structured or unstructured is up to you. Structured is your BTech for MTech, PhD or MBA, whatever, right? Or you could join work or do business and then deal with ambiguity, structure it in a way that works for you, and then not only practice and make it successful, maybe you will go and educate a lot more people on how to do that. Okay? That's how organizations get built. So it's up to you what you're signing up for, whether you want to go ahead and take chances or do you want something that's served on a platter for you, right? So I would like you to actually think that ahead of time because sometimes you don't have too many years to experiment and then figure it out, right? So I think IIT environment actually provides you the best of learning in the 4 years. You will be working with your batchmates, your seniors, and everything. You will be able to assess better which works.
Before that, like,
Okay, so on the previous question, the business part of it, the thing that Devakar was mentioning, right? So I never went for an MBA, but it's about the scalability, how well you start understanding the business. And that's where, you know, a mix of domain, a mix of domain and the ability to understand the business and business problem helps in, you know, scaling up that path. So that's what I just wanted to add there, that it is possible that you can move into, you know, any of non-technology areas without, you know, going through a formal MBA or any of that.
Product management, Aurora, you would like to add?
I mean, I think we've covered most points. Nothing specific to add. I think it was related to product management and MBA or not MBA. I have done both. So started off an engineer and then moved into product management. In the process, did an MBA as well. Now, and then now I'm back at engineering. But at the end of the day, it is about solving the users' problems, customers' problem. As Diwakar said, understanding the customer, what they need, the empathy is the most important thing there. And then ability to think clearly. Thinking clearly and clarity of thought is a very underappreciated skill, how you can distill the needs and communicate it to your customer as well as your teams to execute on that is something very much desired, and it is very much valued and rewarded once you're able to perform that. So try to solve the problem, focus on your customer, and that will allow you to get into better at product management as such. When it comes to MBA does gives you a broad perspective on the various functions that a company needs to run, be it operations, be it supply chain, finance, HR, and all that. And it's good to understand because those are the constraints in which every product, every business has to operate to be able to execute. So it's a great stepping stone for getting into product management, but also for pivoting your career midway. So why MBA or not MBA can be a longer discussion that can, yeah.
So I do want to just add quickly, right? So I think because you guys brought up, I'm pretty sure, a lot of you here as you graduate, right, you are already thinking about probably appearing for CAT or going to ISB or maybe abroad for MBA and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, in general, I think the non-technical roles that you're talking about, there are a lot of companies who hire business analysts. You should definitely try to work as a business analyst for 2, 3, 4 years, before you really understand why you actually need an MBA. And I think we are getting into a world where I don't think anybody is going to pay you for having more degrees, right? So I think everything can be self-learned. MBA is definitely not a hard skill, right? I mean, all of those things can be learned on the job if you are interested in something, right? So I think my answer really, even though I have an MBA degree as well, right, and giving you my own experience, I think it's a very costly thing to do, right? So you have to really justify why you want to do this expensive 2 year, detour and pay all this money, right? And so you have to really introspect, what is it going to give you, right? And only if you think you can justify that, I think it's a good thing to do. A lot of times, I think it has been covered here, right? It gives you an opportunity to sometimes pivot, right? So keep that as a back pocket because you will not get a whole lot of opportunity to do that pivot that quickly, right? So don't use that lightly, so you get to a point where you feel like I absolutely hate what I don't want to do and I want to do a pivot, then MBA can be a great way to do that. But on that note also, I will tell you that a lot of the value of MBA really comes from the branding. There's really not much taught in the business schools. I mean, even though I went to Chicago booth, I'm telling you from that experience, right? So you have to go to a branded business school. I mean, of course, IIM, ISB, those kind of things, or some of the top 20, 30 MBAs in the United States or some other countries as well. So just doing an MBA from an unknown kind of place is really not going to add value. So you have to really think through all of those things.
Sir, even I have a question for you. Like this is a very unrelated question, but what inspired you guys to join IIT Guwahati?
Actually, let me answer. So there was no option, so it was my father's choice. It was give a 10 then an option for me. But, but then, but when I joined IT, the kind of people I met, the kind of professors I interacted with, that gave me more perspective of what I still didn't knew what I wanted to do, but it gave me some direction to pursue. And IT also gave that opportunity. So it's definitely a brand value that gives you an opportunity. You can get the opportunity. It is more onto you how you use that opportunity and grow from.
So let me just quickly add one more. No, I mean, it was aspirational, right? I mean, there were only 2 or 3 options back in the day. Now there are a lot of options, right? I mean, you have a lot of things to do. But back in the day, there were, okay, you go into the medicine field, be a doctor, or get into engineering, and what is the best engineering place to be? IIT. And so that was very aspirational. It gave you a goal to run towards, and there was a lot of societal value that also got added as once you qualified JEE. So yeah, so all of those contributed towards moving towards.
IIT Guwahati. So I would like to add, I think why I chose Guwahati. Of course, when I went for counseling to IIT Kanpur, Gautam Barua was the head of department computer science IIT Kanpur, and I heard he's moving to IIT Guwahati. So that really inspired me. Like definitely when he's setting up the computer science branch in Guwahati, things will be special, and it was like that. So that definitely inspired me, and I think from then onward, I was willing to take risk always. Even now, also in my career, I take a lot of risks. So even that time, it was like a risk whether it will work or not. But really, it worked actually. When we were here, as I told, and I think throughout the day, I think professors were fantastic. I think we learned a lot, and it was a good decision. I really basically value that. I think I feel 96 I took the one of the best decision coming to Guwahati computer science, and that has really helped me throughout my career. So yeah, these are the few inspirations.
When I went to counseling, I have two opinions in my mind. I was getting, I think, chemical or in other IITs. So I have two minds. I choose a branch or I choose an institute. So I discussed it with several people, some of my relatives as well who were IITians. So they suggest me that branch will remain forever with you and institute will be only for 4 years. So That's why I chosen Guwahati because I am getting better branch ECE.
Trust me, guys, you made the best choice in your career. Coming to IIT Guwahati was the best decision for us, and I believe it's for you also. So don't ever think that, why IIT Guwahati? IIT Guwahati is giving you plenty of opportunities to move your career ahead, to move in a certain direction. The opportunity that we got was being part of the building process, right? And you, where do you get those opportunities today? Right? You go to IIT Delhi, you're just a roll number, right? So any initiative that we took was a part of our learning process, and that was the biggest value. So I'm telling you, 73 of us actually probably made the most smartest decision of our lives to come to IIT Guwahati, and I believe it can be for you also. So believe in that.
So I think it all started with the counseling, right? My dad was an electronics and communications engineer by training, and I loved mathematics. I was, really good at it. At some point in time, I thought I'd probably become a teacher or something. Uh, but he he told me that, look, there are certain aspects about computer science which he explained to me, which I found very, very enticing, right? And I was very keenly interested in doing computer science. And IIT Guwahati was one of the places wherein, with my JE rank, I could get computer science, number one. But more than that, when I went to counseling, I had met some of my seniors as well. And one of the things that they told me was, Giri, we are learning C programming in IIT Guwahati, right? All other IITs at that time were either teaching Fortran or Pascal, right? None of the IITs gave an email address to a student at that time, right? IIT Guwahati was the only IIT which was giving an individual named email address to every student. There were a lot of firsts here, right? Which was a notch above what I could sense was available at other IITs. Of course, there was no campus. Of course, there was not a legacy of 10 batches of seniors who we could lean on for advice. But that was the adventure that I sort of signed up for, right? And no regrets. In fact, I mean, this place shaped me up like nothing else. I mean, people talk about startups today, right? हम तो startup में ही पैदा हुए थे, right? This was IIT Guwahati. We crimped our own cables for the computer lab, right? Which is now again it's coming up, right? Dr. Nandi is here. He will. we got into a lot of trouble with him, with others, and we had a lot of fun overall. I think. Somewhere in that destiny, right? I mean, some of this will be applicable for a lot of people who are here now, not here now. Most of it may not be applicable for you, but I think you are at a place, right, that will define you for life. Make the best of it. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Also want to add, IIT brand is one of the biggest brand, I want to tell you. So don't, even if whatever branch you are in, I think IIT brand is one of the most, I think wherever you put your foot, the door will be open for you. I'm telling you. It's just matter of just getting in and now doing what is expected out of you. So I think the IIT degree will definitely help you in your career. It will open the door. After that, you have to show your skill. So IIT cannot take you succeed in that role. So I think that is what I would suggest. So whatever decision you've taken, coming to IIT Guwahati is one of the best decisions. Now from here you have to work hard. You have to develop those skills, and then things will easily roll out. So.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much to each one of you for opening up and answering all our questions tonight. It's absolutely been a privilege listening to your journey and also the insights. Now, on behalf of the entire SAIL team, I'd like to invite Mr. Sandeep Charli, General Secretary of SAIL, to deliver the vote of thanks. Please join me in warmly welcoming him onto stage.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the Student Alumni Interaction Linkage Cell at IIT Guwahati. To begin with, I express our sincere gratitude to our Director Sir, Professor Devendra Jalial, for his gracious presence and continued encouragement. A heartfelt thank you to Professor Sumana Datta, Dean of Alumni and External Relations, whose vision and constant support have been the guiding light behind Smriti. Our thanks also goes to Professor Deepak Sharma, Associate Dean of Alumni and External Relations, for his active involvement and encouragement at every step for Team SAIL. To all our respected faculty members, thank you for joining us and for always fostering the strong bridge between the alumni and student communities. To our dear alumni, thank you for making time to return to your alma mater. Your stories, journeys, and energy have filled this campus with a renewed sense of pride and nostalgia. Smriti is special because you make it so. At this point, I would request you all to kindly accept a small token of gratitude from our side, a symbol of appreciation from AER team and SAIL team to all of you. I now invite my heads to please come forward and present the tokens to our alumni. Now, behind the scenes of every such celebration is a team of driven, passionate individuals. And I can't thank mine enough. Our Associate General Secretaries Aman and Pooja, the calm in the chaos and keeping everything balanced and coordinated. The creative energy of Smriti, our event sets, Ayush and Aditya, who brought ideas to life. The outreach dynamos, Tushar and Parnika, who ensured that our alumni felt seen, heard, and invited. The voices behind every line and caption are content heads Sakshi and Varshini, who gave emotions the right words. The visual team, Shubh and Aishman, are design heads whose work spoke louder than words. And the tech backbone, Priya and Pawan, are web heads who kept everything running seamlessly behind the screen. Thank you, each one of you, for pouring your heart into Smriti. I also can't thank enough our ever energetic core team and our team of freshers who made this event a truly memorable one. Before I conclude, I'm delighted to share that our next interaction is just around the corner, the NUSAC visit. The entire student body is truly excited and looking forward to engaging with you all there. We can't wait to welcome you once again and continue this beautiful journey of connection. Thank you once again for your presence, support, and warmth. Here's to many more memories, milestones, and many more moments together. Thank you.
I'm just speaking here on everyone's behalf. We are honestly overwhelmed by all the love and affection. And thanks to the SAIL team for this beautiful organization. Thanks to all of you for being with us today and being so engaged. And a very, very memorable day for us. Thank you very much.
Before we wrap up this evening, on behalf of the entire SAIL team, we extend heartfelt thanks to all our alumni for graciously sharing such candid, thoughtful conversations with us. Your presence and insights have truly added depth and meaning to this evening.
We're equally grateful to our wonderful audience. Your enthusiasm, curiosity, and engagement made the event all the more truly and fulfilling. In this in this shared energy that made through tonight a truly memorable and rewarding experience for everyone involved. Until next time, this was Dhyan.
And this was Polumi signing off.
Please be seated for the we'll have a book for good.
We please request the alumni to come forward to take a team picture.